This is the LG 38UC99 Ultrawide IPS monitor. Is this a case of take my money? Or should you be waiting on something else? Let's find out. Now, I've been actually shopping around for a new monitor to replace my aging mishmash triple 1080p LCD setup at home. I was actually looking at getting one ultrawide to replace two of the three, and when the opportunity arose to check out the ultrawide monitor from LG, I had to fight keys to the death for my chance to check it out. But all kidding aside, this is the 38UC99 monitor from LG. It's a 37.5-inch curved IPS screen. Now the box says it has a 21:9 ratio, but the native resolution turns out to run at 24:10 with the display at 3840x1600, which gives you more compared to the standard 21:9 ratio at 3840x1440. Inside the box, you'll find the monitor, of course, the monitor stand, power brick, DisplayPort cable, and high-speed HDMI cable. It has VESA mounting holes for those of you who like to mount things on walls or arms. Now, assembly of the monitor is super simple. Just clip in the stand to the monitor. You can push this button here to take it off the stand and assemble the stand, and then you're done. No tools required. Once assembled, you have this giant beast of an LCD waiting to be used. The monitor itself stands at 896.62 millimeters by 393.7 millimeters by 91.44 millimeters. Don't let the depth fool you though. The monitor is relatively thin considering its overall size. The front of the monitor is very clean and the integrated bezel is about 8 millimeters thick. At the top of the screen you can see the subtle curve of the 38-inch. On the bottom edge we have the 5-way menu joystick and 2 speakers. And at the back we have one Type-C port, 2 USB 3 ports with quick charge, 1 display port, 2 HDMI ports, 1 headphone port, 1 power input, and 1 do not use port. And the stand offers tilt, slight pivoting, no rotation, and offers roughly 150 millimeters of height adjustment. I personally would have liked to have seen some sort of rotation like we have seen on other monitors, but like I mentioned earlier, the 38UC99 is VESA mount compatible, so if you mount it to something, none of that really matters. Using the 5-way joystick was very intuitive. It even has a little LED light that can be configured to stay on, you know, if you like lights on your monitor, or if you just can't seem to remember where the joystick is. But back to menu navigation with the joystick. The LG 38UC has a ton of settings in its menu. You have quick settings where you can toggle things like Bluetooth audio, brightness, contrast. In the input section of the menu, you can toggle things like picture by picture and aspect ratios. Actually, the picture section has 11 different modes for picture adjustment. Modes like custom, reader, photo, cinema, Darkroom 1, FPS, Game 1. Now some of these modes are clearly different than the other modes, like for example, Reader mode adds a sort of filter to the screen to make it easier on your eyes, and Darkroom brings down the brightness. But some of the other ones seem similar to the other modes, so they're kind of hard to differentiate. This picture section also has the FreeSync toggle, so that's where you do that. Then you have the sound menu, and finally the general menu. Moving on to the user experience. First, let's talk about the sound experience. Yeah, I know, right? Weird. It's a monitor showcase, and the first thing I want to talk about is the audio experience. Well, that's because I'm saving the juicy bits for later, that's all. The speakers on the 38UC do a pretty decent job with audio from both the content I was watching and the Bluetooth audio. The two 10-watt speakers offer decent enough mids and highs with a very little bass. Now, you can't expect too much from them if you're comparing them to actual speakers, but if you lack the physical space to put the speakers on your desk, because you just bought a 38-inch ultra-wide monitor, the built-in speakers will serve you quite well for both movies and just YouTube watching. I also wasn't too sure why you would want to use the Bluetooth audio, but it's a cool little feature to show off to friends. Next up, everyday tasks. We're talking about web browsing, answering emails, even some Photoshop and video editing sprinkled in. Having this much screen real estate coupled with LG's on-screen control program has made multitasking on a single monitor a whole lot easier. Having a longer timeline does help with video editing, and the IPS screen on the LG has great color reproduction, making the videos you work on look great. But that's kind of hard to replicate through this camera, so you'll just have to take my word for it. My favorite configuration from LG's on-screen control program were the 3-screen balanced, as it gave me the perfect balance of browser windows without having to move my head too much. One weird little thing I noticed was when I had the 2 browser windows side by side open, it looked like the center of the monitor was curving towards me. It must have been some sort of optical illusion, but it was actually kind of annoying. If you have a laptop that supports displays through USB Type-C, you can plug in your laptop directly into the LG Ultrawide, and then you can have that laptop working side by side next to the monitor. Speaking of side by side, having one ultrawide monitor instead of 2 regular widescreens side by side is a real space saver for anyone who is light on desk space. I would know because during this review, I replaced my 2 23-inch monitors with the 38UC99, and to give you an idea what that looks like, these are the 2 monitors I used before. And keeping on the topic of side-by-side, the LG 38UC has a picture-by-picture mode, which can come in handy when you need one side of the monitor to have a different input. You can have 2 inputs coming in from your video card to the monitor, or you can have something like a video card input to the monitor and the other one being a gaming console plugged in. I tried that with my PS4 and it worked great, but I did find out that you can't adjust things like color or picture mode when you have PVP mode activated. To do so, you need to exit out of PVP mode, select the input in which you want to adjust it, then go back to PVP, which is a lot of clicks with the menu joystick, which can be annoying. Gaming on this larger ultra-wide screen was a bit intense compared to a 2-monitor setup or even a regular ultra-wide. I found myself moving my head a lot more around the screen to see things during a gaming session, which I didn't really experience with a standard ultra-wide. Well, I did, but just not to this extent. Ultra-wide gaming definitely will take some time to get used to, and add on the fact that when those gaming moments get more intense and you're moving your mouse and typing on your keyboard a bit harder than usual, the 38UC99 will wobble a lot more versus writing a script or browsing the internet where keyboard and mouse movement are less exaggerated. This can be eliminated though if you decide to wall mount the monitor though, so just keep bringing up the fact that this is VESA compatible is what I'm trying to say. Also, it's wobbling right now when I put my hand on the desk. Now, on the topic of gaming, I'll be honest, I did not test out FreeSync, as all of our computers here at the studio and at home are running GeForce graphics cards. And I'm also assuming that there's a percentage of you watching this who are also on some sort of Team Green GPU. None of us will be able to take advantage of the extra refresh rate hertz unless G-Sync model comes out, or if you're using a Team Red video card. So, there's that. Finally, let's talk about watching content. Now, there's not a lot of 21:9 native content that's out, but man oh man, when you do find something, having the entire screen fill up 38 inches of curved real estate is truly immersive. It's an experience that I can't really put into words, you just need to experience it for yourself. So who is the LG 38UC99 meant for? I would say it's going to be professionals who are looking to improve their productivity, and I think it's mainly people who need the screen real estate, like video content creators, for example. For video editing, not having to zoom in and out of your timeline all the time to get to the right part of the video is a real time saver, but the 38UC99 does come at a cost. Literally. MSRP for the 38UC99 is $1,500 US. And in Canada, it's a little bit over $1,800. There are other ultrawides out there ranging from 25-inch to 34-inch models, and those come at prices that are more wallet-friendly, unless you're talking about the other ultrawides that come with G-Sync. And that's a whole different ballgame. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I am looking for a new monitor setup to replace my mishmash triple monitor setup at home. But for $1,800 Canadian, I'd rather LG not take my money this time and I'll wait for something cheaper to appear. Or I could pick up 3 LG 34UM68s non-curved ultrawides. I mean, they are only 2560 by 1080 resolution, but 3 of those puppies total would still cost $50 less than this one. Now, don't get me wrong, curved monitors do have their uses. I just don't see myself getting a curved ultrawide specifically for home use. What do you guys think? From what you've seen, do you think $1,500 US is worth it for the benefits you'll be getting? Why or why not? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Alright, that wraps it up for this video for the LG 38UC99 Ultrawide monitor. Huge shout out to LG for sending us a unit to check out. Click here for other videos and check us out on Twitter. You know where to go. But as always, like the video if you liked it, comment down below for fans with benefits, and subscribe for more videos like this from NCIX. We'll see you later. Oh, perfect timing.